My mother told me about how someday, when we have socialism, money will be worthless. People will do the kind of work they're suited for. Everyone would help one another. I had a picture of everybody in the world going up to their second or third floors and throwing money out of their windows. So now let us sing The Banks of Marble. The name of my upcoming book is Singing Out of Tune, so. Louder. Oh, okay. Okay. I was saying that the name of the book that's coming up fairly soon is called Singing Out of Tune, so you can go figure. The next song is Joe Hill, and I love the mellow and powerful voice of Paul Robeson. When he sang this song when I was 5 years old, I wondered what it would be like to die. And then about leaving something so strong that people still feel I'm alive. What kind of a legacy would that be? Dreamed I saw you last night, not as you Antonsen Fry. I heard this song as a child. I remembered it when I was 14 and struggled with knowing that my parents believed that Stalin was guilty of mass murder, and I felt different. My father was a master of debate and said it was capitalist propaganda. Although I tried to convince him, he never budged. This song helped me to honor my own opinions. Dig it up. Sing That was on page 291, by the way. I was supposed to say that first. Oh, well. All right. So, I'm going to read. Move closer. Okay.
Yeah, bend them towards you, there we go. And then they'll get closer.
Okay, is that good? Oh, okay. Okay. June 16th, 1953. Staten Island, New York. I'm 9 years old. Jumping off the school bus, my 5-year-old sister Karen followed. Her smile made her cheeks' freckles dance. She ran ahead, turning onto our street. "Look, the FBI man," she whispered. Across the street from our house, a ramrod figure in a hat and long coat stood in front of the fire hydrant, next to the woods with tangled vines. "Don't look when we pass him," I said. At 9, I knew the score. Karen nodded, eyebrows pulled together. My feet and legs got tingles. Time slowed. This was our first time we had to walk past the agent. Before, we'd watched from the windows. My feet felt wrapped in cement. I reached my hand out to my sister. Snapping her hand away, she stepped along the macadam street, rigid and controlled, mouth pinched. At 5, from her own private realm, she let me in only when she wanted. Walking together, passing the man, we were two brave revolutionaries, sisters. What could he do, I wondered? Take away my parents, like the Rosenberg kids? I sneaked a look at the granite face before turning into our yard. My breath caught. My father, a carpenter, shirtless and bib overalls, was unloading salvaged wood from his truck. He waved as we climbed up the steps to our front door and kept working. My mother, Erdine, stood over a mimeograph machine, a monster on which she spun out leaflets for as long as I could remember. We moved back to our house in Staten Island when my mother lost her teaching job in New Jersey. The FBI got to her principal, told him she was a communist. When our mother saw us, her face wreathed in a smile. Bumping up a black smudge of ink on her cheek. Karen rushed towards her. Twirling her hand from behind her back, she gave our mother a paper flower. Mom held it up. What a pretty rose. Out there, the FBI, Karen said, and pressed her lips together. They're just trying to scare us, Mom said. Soon this will be over. The lawyer's hoping for a stay of execution. Standing over the machine, she smoothed out a crimp in the paper. Turning the handle, she said, let's see how this turned out. A leaflet popped through the chute with the headliner, Free the Rosenbergs. The eyes of their boys stared at us from a drawing. Below it said, Ethel and Julius Rosenberg, communist, accused of passing atomic secrets to the Soviet Union, scheduled to die in their electric chair. Their sons were close to our ages. We'd been in countless vigils since their parents were arrested. My eyes burned into the drawing. How must they feel? Their pictures had been plastered all over the newspapers. The brothers had gone to the White House to give their letters to President Eisenhower, asking him to save their parents' lives. He wouldn't see them. I felt like I knew them, especially after I saw the picture of Michael explaining something to his brother Robert, like I did for my sister. Do you think they're going to die? I asked my mother, shifting from one foot to the other. I felt numbed by the whole subject. If anything happened to them, how close were my parents to being pulled in? A crease formed on my mother's forehead. I think they have a chance, she said. Now the president was the only one who could save the Rosenbergs. Many of my parents' comrades were going into hiding. My father strolled into the room and caught papers from the machine about to spill to the floor. Looking good, he said. The agent is honoring us with his presence once again. Should we offer him a cup of coffee? The Rosenbergs died 3 days later on June 19th in the electric chair. Their sons, Michael and Robert, were adopted by Abel and Ann Mirapole. Abel had written Strange Fruit about the lynchings of blacks, first recorded by Billie Holiday. They gave the children a life filled with love, shielded from the public. Michael became Michael became an economics professor and Robert a lawyer. They became reconciled to the fact that their father had been a spy. This past September, the NSA released a document stating that 10 days after her arrest, they knew Ethel Rosenberg wasn't part of the network. Writings in government files mention they wanted to use her as a lever against her husband. Robert Mirapole founded the Rosenberg Fund for Children to fulfill wishes for children of persecuted activists. They help with sending them to camp and whatever the children seem to want and need most. Thank you.